Okay, I'm reviewing my own replay this time. So this is season 3. I have decided to one-trick Rammatra for probably quite a while until I get good at Rammatra. I think Rammatra is a great hero. I think it's a very versatile hero. That's what I did basically last season with Orisa, and I think it's a really good way to learn a hero. I ended last season like Masters 5, so I'm expecting to lose a bunch of games here because obviously my Rammatra is like nowhere close to as good as I am at other tanks. So that's somewhat happened. I think I just went 5-7 and I got my first rank update. First rank update was I got decayed all the way down to Diamond 5. Despite the fact I was 5-7, I went up Diamond 4. So I don't know if that's the real MMR. My guess is the real MMR is still probably like Diamond 2-ish, but we'll say Diamond 4 because that's what it shows me. Anyway, so let's say this is a Diamond 4 game. I played Rammatra, and this was my 12th game. In fact, this was the rank up game. And I want to show you what my Rammatra gameplay is like. And obviously, I don't think I'm a pro Rammatra by any means, but I have a pretty strong feel for the hero already. I played like 10 games of quick play first to just kind of get used to the muscle memory. And this game, I was basically in control from start to finish. And I'm just going to show you like my thought process as I go through it. This is a win, obviously. So, gonna take the corner, right? I have to figure out what the lineup is. Right, I hear the ball. I try to trap the ball in the back. I didn't expect them to roll through me like that. That was like pretty crazy. I shield mostly for my team, right? I'm like looking for an opportunity to step across. I don't feel safe doing so because I'm scared that the Hanzo's gonna peek me and just blow me up with Storm Arrow, and I don't want to have to use Nemesis to cross the gap. So I decide to wait for my next cycle. I think this is very important for Rammatra, is understanding your power cycles. Okay, so the power cycles are: you come out initially, you put up shield, you spam, right? Then theoretically, if you're close enough, you use Nemesis to start attacking. Attack, 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 attack. Then you come out of Nemesis and you put up shield again, right? And there's usually only about a 2 second-ish, 2 to 3 second gap, depending on when you pop Nemesis, of rotation. And if you just keep up that pressure constantly, the enemy team will crumble. So I get the opportunity because I can tell they're distracted by the Tracer. I missed that. I was planning on checking it over the top. Put shield down, right? And now you see my power cycle begins, okay? I don't have Nemesis right now, but I do have shield. Ball tries to body block me in, right? I immediately go Nemesis to make sure that I don't die because I was a little low there. Hanzo's on me, right? I slow behind the Hanzo. I think that's also really important, is to be very cognizant of when you use vortex. Don't just spam it like for damage. The slow is much more important than the damage. So Hanzo walks into this and he's like, oh shoot, he's really screwed. You see how it forced Suzu out? So I forced Suzu for nothing, for vortex, right? I traded Suzu for vortex, which is a fantastic trade. Really thrilled about that. So I put down shield. Again, I'm not worried about the ball. I just zap him a little bit in case he'll die, but it doesn't look like it because he's still too high. Try to zap the Kiriko. I recognize I should probably Nemesis here. Mercy's out of range, so I just focus on the Kiriko. She decides to try to duel me here, which is a questionable choice. Kill the ball. Great. So, we do not steamroll first point, by the way. They are going to get another really, really good fight here. In fact, we're going to lose the next fight, I believe. Let's just fast forwarding a little bit. I just step on cart because, so, there's only really one spot you can play here, is this corner, right? But my team is way too far back, and I'm scared, especially with the ball, that I can get isolated really quickly. He comes around, he bumps me in, I can just die. So I don't actually want to play there, and besides there's nowhere else to take space here. It's a very, very annoying point. It's one of the reasons why Sigma has played so much. There's nothing I can do as Rammatra here that's like that's meaningful. Like, I could try to camp drop down here a little bit, but like with the ball coming in and like the Hanzo, etc., I'd rather just play on the cart, move it up as soon as I can, right? Shield off top, and then fight whatever I gotta fight. Right, shield up top, totally shuts down the shot on Hanzo. Now he's do jumping shots, which is, you know, is what it is. I try to slow the ball, good slow in this time. I go in because I saw the Tracer trying to go for my Zen. Like right there is when I Nemesis. I didn't realize the Tracer got past me, right? I'm like, okay, cool, fine, what it is. I want to use the rest of Nemesis to get some value, right? Punching the ball. He's trying to just slow point. I see Mercy's there. Mercy's super low. She juked the correct direction, was good. And she gets away. I really should have killed her there. Again, forcing out Hanzo. I get low, so I pop Nemesis, shield, because I recognize, I'm like, wait, why am I not? I'm like surprised that I'm like front tanking here. It's because of the dragon. And I only realized this right now. Like, obviously I haven't seen this replay yet, but I was like, wait, I'm not being healed. My headset is currently really messed up right now, so I have like basically no sound in game, which makes it a lot harder to play the game. Alright, so again, I'm just trying to stabilize right now. I think it's a 4-on-5 situation. I think I knew this. Yeah, I knew it was a 4-on-5 situation. So I'm expecting to die here. The reason why I don't regroup is because they have ball, right? They have ball and Tracer. Like, there's almost no way that we can get away If that makes sense. Like, I'm just trying to get as much value as I can, farm ulti, right? Maybe force like another ultimate out or something like that. Right. So Minefield's already been popped here, which is great. Ball gets low, he starts rolling away, so I immediately stop attacking him. Hanzo's here, kill Hanzo, but I saw I lost 2. Right? I'm like, I'm probably gonna die here. Pop Nemesis again, try to kill. Oh no, actually pop ulti here. Oh, that was a mistake. So I try to convert the 4 and 5. I actually think I knew that at the time. I try to convert the 4 and 5. So I pop ulti here, right, and then I go kill the Hanzo. Slow the ball, shield dance. Shield dancing, very important technique. Right, like this kind of shield. You see how it's like so hard for the ball to hit me. He just gives up right away and just decides to roll away. Again, if you play, you know, Sigma or Winston, you're already used to this technique. Miss one. I know she's low, but she's being pocked by the Mercy, and now with Mercy change, it's like impossible to kill. That's why I'm aiming for the Mercy right now, and I die. It was a wasted ultimate for sure. I should have just died there. I think I was thinking afterwards, I was like, oh, I should have just died and reset this 5. I completely whiffed that shield. I meant to put it down. I just didn't drop it in time. And I realized, okay, now I have to play slow because I messed up my cooldown. That's why I'm like not advancing too hard right now. It's because I know I can potentially be in trouble. I advanced there only because I saw the Hanzo who was being pocketed was not looking at me, so I was like, whatever. But shield mostly for my team, less so for me. I'm trying to just constantly like hit people with vortex. That's useful, right? Vortexing the Tracer not useful. One blink and she's out of it. Vortexing the Hanzo though is very annoying. Hard for him to deal with. He often has to pop, jump, or just waste time to get out of it. Kill Tracer. All right, kill Hanzo. Attack the Mercy. Slow, dead. Yep. All right, so I want to back up the fight again and just kind of give you the bird's eye view here, because it starts as a 5-on-5, right? Again, I'm playing slow because I messed up my shield cooldown initially. I know the ball's behind me. I don't even look at the ball because like, what am I gonna do? You know, I'm like not realistically gonna be able to kill the ball. The fact that Mercy flew in is absolutely nuts, but it's still pretty hard for me to hit her. Right? I go for the Tracer initially. She clearly did not expect that to be able to hit her. I don't know if she had cooldowns or not. Oh, she doesn't have rewind. I don't know if I knew that at the time. I was chasing her down, but I was like, okay, whatever. By the way, Rammatra does in fact have a melee attack, so you can do punch melee to insta kill a Tracer. And then from here, I just like easy. Like no one's paying attention to me. I just, you know, this is one thing I see at silver level especially is when the team ignores you and you can't get kills, right? That's really bad. You know, and that will prevent you from climbing. It's just mechanics, right? Just good aim, right? Good technique. Just using your cooldowns well and then getting the kills. See the ball's coming, just trying to help. But even if my ball got that kill, it doesn't matter, right? I knew we were going to cap anyway. The ball never make it back in time. So we capped. I know we're down at least 1 right now. 1 or 2. So I'm not like super gung-ho about trying to push this in right now. But a shield just in case my team's going to need it, right? Because I want somebody to be able to stay on cart. I go up with my Cassidy, start to spam. Again, once this happens, I really should have actually just shielded Nemesis straight away. I screwed that up. Alright, I'm looking for shield right now. I get slept. I'm not worried about this yet because I can shield right away. Yep. So, you might think, oh, pop Nemesis right now. I could run to 4. I absolutely could. The problem is, I know the cart is still pretty far, and I know the ball is going to come in pretty soon and roll into me. So, my perspective here, where's the ball? Oh, the ball's actually in the back line. My perspective here is I do not want to advance over here where my supports will not be able to heal me. That's a very common mistake I'm making. I've noticed in my losses is that I'm just way too aggressive with my ultimate. Even when I can hit like 4 or 5 people, I'm just getting melted too fast, even with block. So I'm just trying to chill like a little bit, right? Waiting for my next vortex, hopefully. Oh yeah, I popped Nemesis here. Very important before you pop your ultimate is to pop Nemesis first, right? That way you can get some initial pressure, eat like 225 damage, right? Whatever your armor is, which is actually more with damage reduction. It's more like 300. So basically, eat 300 damage for free, then pop Nemesis. Cancel Nemesis, then pop ultimate. That way you get your fresh 225 armor or whatever. Again, very annoying attacking people who are pocketed by Mercy now. She's super hard to kill. I get slept again. I'm gonna shield right away when I need to. Nope, don't even need it. So I recognize. Okay, I'm gonna go in here. Ball's going in. You see, I don't even look at the ball. Not even worth it. I just shield off the rest of the team. Like my ball could go ahead and try to fight 4 people. That's fine, right? I'm gonna worry about fighting these 3. Good purple by the Ana. I see the soldiers overextended, right? So again, look at the vortex placement. I toss it behind, right? And the idea here was to prevent him from going backwards, so he can only really go left or right. He goes left, my team kills him. He goes right, I kill him. I should toss it a little forward, but I'm still getting used to the aim. So now I pop Nemesis, right? I immediately cancel because I recognize that the ball is killed one and it's pop minefield. So there's a possibility that my team will lose this fight. So I need to use resources. I really don't want to pop ultimate here, but I recognize that I have to. It's a really good opportunity. I know the soldier's pinned here. I know the Mercy's stuck in vortex. So I pop Nemesis to get a couple hits initially, right? Tank some of the damage, and then immediately cancel, and then pop ulti right away to make sure that I get the kill on this, and then probably the Ana after this. Yep. I also don't think she had sleep. Yeah, because she slept me earlier, so I knew that she didn't have sleep either. Again, tracking here, very, very important, right? Don't miss pummels. My pummel accuracy, something like varies in game, right? Depending how often I'm hitting easy targets versus harder targets, but it's like 65 to 85%. Like, accuracy is very important. So trying to regroup my team, right? Mercy's, or rather, Hans is dead. I really want to get this Mercy. I try to vortex to prevent her from getting away. A Nemesis to try to kill her. I ping her to be like, hey team, please kill her because she's super low. I think I'm gonna get blown up here. I see soldiers come up. I'm not going too crazy here. So you see, again, that point blank shield's so important. Like the moment that I recognize he's attacking me, I didn't throw shield right away, right? I force him to start the fight, right? He tries to run, I throw vortex. I should have tossed it even further back. I was afraid he was gonna juke to the right though. I throw vortex. Okay, as soon as he starts fighting me, I don't want to take too much damage. I also know that I've lost some teammates here, so I throw up shield. Right, and then he's like, oh shoot. Then he's forced over there. I can't really step forward to poke these guys because then my backside's open to the soldier, so I'm just content to hold the space. Right, he's low. I thought about popping Nemesis. It's not worth it because there's 3 of them, so I just get slept / naded. So I'm like, you know what? I'll just take the corner. Now I pop Nemesis because coming around the corner, I recognize. You see how they've all retreated, right? There's no one here at the corner, and I saw the soldier was close. So now I pop Nemesis and just absolutely one-tap him. Cassidy really should have gotten credit. I'm not sure why he didn't. Again, attack the soldier, right? Slave him to play that close. I also had vortex if I needed to. Now I'm just vortexing to prevent them from contesting. I get slept again, don't care. This is pretty juicy, but like I'm also really extended and I recognize that. I really should have stepped forward. I block just to make sure I don't die. Good job by the Ana healing me there. Right? Ball's in the back. I'm just holding off their team. Good aim with staff, very, very important. I've seen so many Rammatras, even up to like low diamond, really poor staff aim. Like my staff aim is like something like 25-ish%. So, and you can see that it's very important because I can get kills or pressure people out with just the staff. I should be aiming higher. So this 1v1 is very important, is actually critical. So Cassie steps up. I see that he uses roll, so he's no way to get out now. I throw vortex in some place that he cannot get out. I just look back while this is going on, make sure I know what's going on behind me. And then I pop Nemesis, and now, right, it's like, okay, you get pocketed, that's fine. Like, I'll kill you eventually. Right? He's dead. That's Kiriko's dead. Right? And I'm like, how long could this ball stall? And I'm like kind of scared because I've lost track of how many people I have alive. So right now I actually only have 2 alive right now, but it's a 3-on-3 and 1 is very, very low. So I make an executive decision to pop ulti here to make absolutely sure I do not lose this fight. Right? Pop ulti. Right? Chase the Ana. She runs away, that's fine. Right? I'm just gonna focus on Cart. Now I know the ball has no healing, right? Because I killed the Kiriko, Ana's dead. Right? Ball has to contest Cart or else we win. And I just, oh man, I actually should have gone back and made sure the car was done, but yeah, I felt pretty confident that we were going to win at that point, right? I pushed away the Ana and I killed the ball, so that's 2 out of the 3 right there. My team was able to kill the last one. I don't want the Cassidy to set up over here, right? So I do a little poking. I recognize the Cassidy's going high ground because I saw him go to the doorway, so I want to go top. My Cassidy's better, just absolutely beats him. I'm like, okay, cool, I don't really need to up here anymore. I vortex the Ana, and you see, again, look at the vortex placement, intentionally throwing it behind her, looking for an opportunity to get a kill here. She backs up through it anyway. You see how much damage I do right here? Kiriko comes back to save, and I want to get back out. I get body blocked by the Tracer multiple times, which prevents me from stepping away, and I get killed. This is an overextension. But that technique of getting this kill is very, very important. Like, that's one of the things I want to confer here, is how easy it is as Rammatra to kill people who are overextended by using Vortex. Not even Nemesis, Vortex. Again, this Ana panics because what's her choice here, right? She either has to run through the vortex, which takes damage and goes slow, or she has to run to the left and be overexposed. It honestly would have been better for her to go left. I'm also, you notice I'm moving at headshot level. And then, you know, I overextend and die. But it would have been an idea. If I just forced her out, when she went to the room, I should have just left her alone. I didn't even know, like, I didn't even register the tracer was in the game, honestly, because, like, I was mostly not interacting with the tracer. Like, I saw her earlier, but other than that, like, I've basically never been fighting her at all. So, again, you see I go over here, I get purpled, I instinctively put up shield right away. Okay, you see the ball, it's like, screw it, and just doesn't want to fight. Pulse forces trance. That's unfortunate. I try to vortex the ball. Balls. You see, as soon as the ball goes right, I just let it go. Not my job anymore. All right, reload. I pop Nemesis as a reaction to Sticky. Right. I ideally want to block in time. If I face him, then it'll reduce damage, but I can't get it off in time. There's a slight delay to blocking. Right now, I'm pushing top right. I don't expect to kill anyone. This is just space. This is just space control. Right. He's actually one shot away from dying. I can't quite get it. So there's a moment actually right here where you'll see my aim is not tracking him correctly. Watch, it's gonna be too high. And I'm gonna shoot probably like 10-ish ammo before I retrack. It's because I'm looking at the scoreboard to try to figure out what the status is. Oh, another thing to note is how often I look backwards. Okay? Again, I look back, I see 4, I feel, okay, great, good to go. Right, and that's also partially because I checked scoreboard and I knew that we had 5 alive. So it could have been somebody respawned, but I didn't think so. I did not expect that tracer to just simply not move. Right? I like punched out like expecting her to dodge or something, and then she just stood there. I was like, alright, cool. Kill the Ana, so they're 2 down. I'm in good position. I also know I have ulti. I have vortex to slow down the ball. Just want to burn the ball down. Right? So you notice I don't want to do it for too long because I know that they have people coming out. Alright, as soon as they come out, I'm going to put shield down. I pop ulti, right? I also think I blocked, just in case. No, I just punched, because I saw the shield didn't break. So Kiriko's low. As soon as she jumps, I know the only person she could jump to is somebody on the cart. Focus on the Kiriko. I vortex the back. Believe it or not, this actually was intentional, because I figured that she's not going to play the front side of the point. Zapping her down, and then we get it. Alright, so strong offense, right? Pretty good control, even though the ball, I would say, is I think a good matchup for Rammatra. I certainly don't think Rammatra is favored in that, especially with how strong ball is right now. I felt like pretty good, like in terms of like constantly controlling tempo, putting a lot of pressure on the enemy team. Let's watch defense. So for defense, I really want to set up here. First of all, I need to figure out what their lineup is. Second, I just want to get the spam in. I want to build farm ulti as fast as I can. It's way easier to farm ulti from here than it is over here. Also, if I have Nemesis here, I can do something. If I have Nemesis here, I can't do a thing. So I want to play corner here. I've decided to stop throwing vortex at spawn because it's far more valuable to keep. It does like so little damage. Like I don't know, maybe you do like 60 damage with it. It's far more valuable to use vortex to shut down engages, especially when they have dive. So I'm looking for an opportunity to either vortex right before the monkey jumps to prevent the jump, or to vortex the team to get a lot of damage in. I can vortex him if he jumps me as well to prevent him getting away. I vortex just to pressure the car. This is a bad vortex. Alright, you see I keep looking back to confirm that I still have healing. Alright, nobody's in the left room, because again I can't really heal right now with the headset issues. I'll be here tomorrow, next day. I get slept, but I want to kind of do this read into it. So I see that the Winston's going to go soon, right? And I see backlines exposed. I don't expect to kill anybody here. Nobody should die. It's really just about pressure and space, right? I just want to make sure this vortex is too far. I meant to throw it closer. And that vortex was closer. You see how juicy that vortex would have been. I put shield back up. Pressure the monkey. Why? Because the monkey's the only target that I guarantee I can hit here. There's like basically no way I can miss the monkey, and every single second, even at minus 30%, allows me to farm ult charge. I target the Kiriko there because you see the Kiriko is super low. Right? I almost get it right. Force Suzu out. Great. Right? These are really important cooldowns. That vortex, big vortex, do a ton damage. I get slept here. I want to get out. I see the monkey's like almost dead. I'm like, The only way that he can die here is if somebody's reloading. Like if the Ana's reloading, he would have died. But if you see, this monkey gets extremely low. Right? He got all the way down to 2 boxes there, so like 50 health. Yeah, 50 health again. Less than 50 health. So close. Can't quite get it. Genji dashes in. I don't know what that was about. I was preparing to Vortex. Vortex is a very strong counter against Genji too, by the way, because it prevents him from double jumping. I could mess him up pretty bad. I just want to break shield. Yep. I have Nemesis up again, but again, I don't want to just run around the corner with Nemesis. Very important, right? Running around the corner prevents me from using trance, prevents me from getting healed. Like it's just not good. So I don't want to. Even though I could Nemesis, run up, punch, cancel Nemesis and ulti here, and I would maybe even wipe them. But it's not a good idea, right? I just need to not be greedy. I saw we traded DPS 1 for 1, and I'm like, oh shoot. So now I'm expecting to pop ulti first here because we're gonna be down 4 and 5 because they have close spawn, and I want to make sure I use my ulti in this fight because I'm pretty sure we can get pretty good value out of the ultimate here, and I can farm ulti for the next point after that, presuming that we lose the fight after that. So they force Suzu right away. Again, I pop Nemesis first. I'm okay with not using ulti here if I don't have to. I see the Genji's low. Now I pop Nemesis. Alright. Now, because the Winston's looking to jump, and now the Winston has this problem where I'm kind of peeling back. Like, his entire team is just unable to do anything right now. You see that Winston just gets obliterated, you know? Like, what is the Winston going to do? Winston comes in. Alright, and also note that the Winston wasn't even full health when he dives. I think. Right? Punching. Yeah, so I already got him down to 340 before he starts. Now 194, he has not even dove yet. So, very important to make it hard for him to get a clean dive off. Try to stay alive. Yep, I get nanoed here, which I don't know if it was strictly necessary. I think it was even okay for me to dive there, honestly. You see the Hanzo's way too far away for me to kill, so I go after the Ana. I want to try to get the stagger, right? Because again, we need time to reset, get ultis. I vortex spawn again to buy more time. Winston comes out, I try to farm more ulti. Again, now I'm back to ulti farming mode. No one's gonna die here. I don't expect to get any kills. Just farm ulti. So I'm gonna die in this fight, doing something very silly. Yep. So you see, I just overextend here. I don't have shield, right? I'm also discorded, so they have. I can't remember how long they were running the Zen. Yeah, running Zen basically all game. I get discorded, and then sorry, getting back to my point. Okay, so I get discorded. I'm already low, and then I'm just out of position, right? The shield breaks. I think that the big problem here was the shield broke before I realized it, or like it expired. And then I'm like, oh shoot. And then I vortex to try to keep myself alive. Genji's trying to go in, and then I just get blown up. And the bubble will cut off any healing. Our Zen messes up there. I actually said my bad because I was out of position. The Zen said no, that was real my bad more. I think it was still my bad. I shouldn't have. I should like. One thing to recognize is as tank, if you die out of position, it's almost always your fault, right? If I die around the corner, it's my fault. You know, like my supports might save me, but it's mostly my fault. Like 90% plus your fault. The Zen trancing late here is the Zen's fault. But the thing is, like, I don't think they would have survived this anyway. Anyway, my Zen tries to stay alive a little bit, ends up getting staggered. Not a big deal. So I'm thinking, okay, just poke, right? I do not want to drop low ground. If I drop low ground, I'm gonna get isolated and killed. Right? I'm checking backwards to see what the situation is. I want to wait as long as I can. I drop down low. Right? Vortex again. I see Monkey go. Nothing I can do about it. You see how I'm focusing the Zen over anybody else. Why? First of all, Genji's got cover. Second, Genji's got harmony. It's unlikely that I can conceivably do any meaningful damage to him. The Zen, on the other hand, you notice that I'm hitting the hell out of the Zen. Right? Like, I'm the only one who's attacking the Zen. I think somebody else might have tapped him with a body shot arrow. Right? But you see, I get him super low. Right? I Nemesis mostly to get out of the way. Now I'm just blocking. Oh, I should have punched there. Hanzo's at 1. I vortex. I was pretty proud of this vortex in the moment. Because I thought the Zen was going to push up to me because I was so low. But Bulb knocks me in. I get killed. How can I play this better? Yeah, I think going to the room was the right call. Just stalling out. Punching that Hanzo when I got a chance. Right here, I should have punched for sure. I was just so low. I don't know. I don't remember if I registered that or not. Yeah, I don't know. Even with Blade, I don't think there's anything I could have done to win this fight for sure. And it's not like there were any more ultimates to force out because they already popped everything. That's fine. Pretty happy with the time. What time did they have? How much time do they have left? Let me count this. A minute left? Yeah, it's not that bad. Okay. So I'm gonna come up here. You see again, Genji comes up. He's greedy. He wants to deflect. Right? You see I vortex behind him. Do a bunch of damage. I force dash. Right? Again, dash is great because it means that now he has no mobility to do anything against my team. I take a ton of damage here. I think the Genji was on my head. Yeah, the Genji's on my head. Plus Discord. This is like the most egregious mistake I make all game. Right? I just had no like inkling of how much damage I was gonna take here. I did not think I was in this much danger. I was just trying to farm the monkey for ult charge. This is a huge mistake. My team ends up winning the fight without me, which is fantastic. Sometimes your team covers for you. My team played well, for sure. It's definitely one of the best teams I played with. Genji comes up. It's very obvious when he dashes up there that he's going to deflect, so I'm always like, just tap him briefly to make sure that he deflects. I see my Hanzo super exposed here, and then I recognize exactly what's happening. Again, I can't see through the wall, but I can kind of like tell based on positioning. So I think I toss Vortex right away, or I punch right away, right? I see that he's got low. I force Trance. That's fine. As soon as Trance gets popped, I go back. Why? Because we're already down 1, then we're down 2. I don't want to stay out in the open and get staggered here, but I have the opportunity to stay alive. Right? So you see, again, I Vortex my feet, and I use Shield to prevent myself from getting shot from behind. It also cuts off the enemy LOS. Attack the monkey. I notice right here that the Zen's on top of me. Again, I really wish my headset was working better. So I'm like, okay, cool. I've been nanoed, so I guess I'll just kill people. Right? Genji goes in. I help my team out. Yeah. So pretty much every single game where like people have devoted resources to me, I end up winning. And when they don't devote resources to me, it ends up going much worse. I definitely feel like I'm much better than people in the servers, but you know, obviously I'm still only winning 5-7, so definitely still making a lot of mistakes. Right? It's very similar again when I played Orisa, where I did 1,000,000 damage. I was in like the 95th to 99th percentile for damage and eliminations, but I was like 40th percentile for deaths, and I just need to figure out how to stay alive more. One thing is also when you're one-tricking, people will go with counters. So for example, I've been regularly running into Sigma. Everyone seems to think Sigma's a good counter. I'm not winning well against them, so even though it feels good. Like Sigma, Echo, Mercy, Bastion, Pharah, etc. Like people where I just cannot touch them literally as Rammatra. And it's very annoying. It's one of the problems with one-tricking. I'm so tempted to go like Diva or Winston. But the problem is I don't want to climb too fast and then make Rammatra games like impossible. This is just clean up. Honestly, like the fact that I got that initial. Oh yeah, is there even this is even a real fight? So I'm worried about the repeat of the last time my Cassidy dies. He's playing well with that. I see how low I get the Genji here. He just doesn't decides not to fight. I block. Right, Dragon happens. I go to the side. I get Trance here to save, which is good Trance. Shields up. Mostly DPS there. I didn't really do anything that fight. Another shield, right? Another shield, another poke. You see again, I see like who's extended. Okay, the Zen is extended. He doesn't really want to go back to the left, and then me plus the Cassidy is enough to blow him up. I can hear the Wits on the right. That's why I keep turning, like expecting him to be visible. Right? He jumps up. I recognize that his team, like, I'm doing a good job holding this corner, you know? Like, if I'm not here, they spread out like this, and they have much better angles. But because I'm here, I'm constantly keeping them back. And then when the Winston goes in, I don't think he realizes that his team can't see him. So, right here, and then I immediately go in, right, just pop right away because he's purple. I stay on the Hanzo. Ooh, I still made misses here. Just trying to stay alive. Blade already happened, so it doesn't matter, right? I was fine just dying there. So this is really, really important. This is probably one of the biggest plays of the game. So right here, I'm the last one to die, so I'm the last one to come back. So my team went Lucio to make sure that we got a contest here. I think I would have made it anyway. Reaper, well, actually, Reaper would have gotten it. So I come up here. Now watch. First thing I do, I put down shield. Why? I want to make sure my team doesn't die behind me. Okay, shield's free. Always try to pop the shield. Next thing I'm gonna do, I had to pop Nemesis, by the way, to get here, so I don't have Nemesis to cancel here. Now I pop ulti, and now it's just gonna be a straight cleanup. So again, I'm trying to get into the center of everyone as fast as possible. All right. I hit the Genji once. I recognize that I'm probably not going to kill the Genji because I assume he's going to have someone to get away, and he's also in bubble, so I don't want to run in the bubble and then let the backline off the hook. So I can see that the Hanzo's still low. That's why I do one basically drive-by punch here and just keep going. Right. Vortex cart initially, punch, immediately snap to the right. Right. I'm going for the Hanzo. I miss him. Now I'm coming back. Right. Focusing on the Genji. Genji's dead. Right. And then that's it. Oh, you can see me kill the Winston. Okay, cool. Yeah, hopefully this is helpful. I remember I've referenced this in the future. Again, this is Diamond 4, I suppose. we'll call it that. Rammatra gameplay.